Okay, so hello everyone. In our last class, we have done some examples of Vespa theory and the shapes and hybridization. Like for example, okay, I'll send the pictures, okay, of them of my notebook. Like we did for the rules of SF6, how to do it. Then we have find out the PCl3 that I can see also. Okay, then we did for water molecule and what are the things we noticed that main criteria is you have to look at the valence shell of the central atom, and you have to fill up the electrons, or you have to transfer the electrons on the basis of their need other atoms. Then you have to make that much unpaired electron, that much your other neighbors minor atoms are present in your molecule. Okay. Then you have to count the number of orbitals participated, and that is called your hybridization. Okay, you have to count the lone pair electron or non-bonded electron also. And according to that, if in your molecule lone pairs are present, that means the geometry, the normal geometry should be the actual one, means actual the frame, but the shape will be something in where you have to omit the lone pair and you have to see the structure. Okay, so one more time I'll just do a little like revision, then we'll do today's, because I'll some more thing you have to know here. Okay, right, some exceptions cases are there, so we'll do the first one revision so that people, I think it's focused. Okay, right. Okay, so I'll do the PCl5 one. Okay, I'll do the PCl5. So PCl5, which means your phosphorus is your central atom. Phosphorus is having total 15. So 15 means 1:2, 2p6, 3, 10 is done. Up to here 10 is done. So I have to 3s2, 3p3. So this is the outermost shell. So I will draw the boxes of the outermost shell only. So 1, 2, 3, 3p3 and 3s2 is 5. So this is 3p3. So this is your phosphorus ground states, right? Now what I'll do, I have to see the other atoms, other minor atoms present in the molecule. So 5 are there, but I have only 3 unpaired. So what I'll do, I'll make it 5. So where I'll make it 5, I will make it 5 in the excited state, where it is 3d or vacant 3d orbitals are present. So I will just draw the 3d orbital. So phosphorus in the excited state. So what will happen, one of the electron from here, it will jump to here. Okay, so how does it will look? It will look like something like this. 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so one electron here, now it will become 1. Here already it were 1. So now see, 5 unpaired electrons I got it. So what will be the name of this hybridization? The total. So what will happen? So what is the name of the hybridization? One is 3p and 1d. So sp3d hybridization. Okay, and what will happen? 5 which atoms? 5 chlorine atom share there, or will share there, whatever you want to write, will share there 1 valence electron each to form 5 covalent bond. Okay, now see, so I can't see any lone pair in this hybridization, no lone pair. So whatever the geometry, that will be the shape. So sp3d hybridization means which structure? The structure's name is trigonal. You have to remember the structure's name. Okay, trigonal bipyramidal. Okay, so how does it look? I will make first a triangle. Okay, so phosphorus will be in the middle. I'll make a triangle. Okay, so see, it looks like a triangle. Okay, it looks like a triangle, and a 3 cornered 3 chlorine will be there. So this is on the plane. Okay, and 1 chlorine will be up and another chlorine will be down. Okay, so this axial chlorine, this is called axial chlorine. So this axial chlorine will form a pyramid with the equatorial chlorine. Equatorial means which are on the plane in the triangle. Okay, So this is, and this one also, down one also will make. So that's why the name is trigonal bipyramidal. Bi means two pyramid, one from the upside, one from the downside. So this is the geometry and shape, both are same here because no lone pairs that is present. Okay, so see, it doesn't take much time. Okay, so now what is the exceptional case? Okay, now let's do it. So one rule is there, whatever we have done, all are containing which bond? All are actually single bond. Single bond means sigma bond. I hope you have the clarification. So sigma bond and pi bond. Okay, sigma bond means when your any orbital, it can be S, P or D, whatever, they will do head to head overlap. For example, suppose this is a S orbital of one atom. Okay, I have another atom who is having also S. So both are merging with like this. So S is like spherical in shape. So in whatever direction they will merge, it will look same. So S orbital always do the sigma bond. Okay. Now I am coming to one atom is having S orbital, means one atom outermost orbital is S. Okay, and another atom's outermost electron is in P orbital. So if this type of like interaction happens, we'll call it sigma only. Okay, so what is the pi? So what is the pi? For SS, no pi. For SS orbital there will be no pi because always the direction will be same because it's spherical. But what can be here? Here it can be like this, means your P orbital, suppose I am writing this is in big size, S orbital, your P orbital can merge from side to side, means side by side. See here I have made it like lie on the page. Okay, but here I make it in standby form and I have merged here. Okay, so this is also possible. So whenever your interaction is side to side, this is the side. Okay, the P orbital side, this is the head. These portions are called head and these portions are called sides. Okay, sides. So whenever head to head overlap will happen, we'll call it sigma bond. And whenever there will be a side to side overlap, we'll call it pi bond. For S orbital, head and side is same. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so P orbital, now suppose I have one atom's P orbital in the outermost shell and another atom is having P orbitals and they overlap or merge like this. Okay, so this is also sigma bond. See, head to head, this head. But what is the other possibility? Other possibility is they can merge like this, side to side. Okay, so this is also, we'll call it pi bond. Okay, so P bond and pi, so sigma bond and pi bond, how to differentiate? Sigma bond will always happen when head to head overlap will be there, and pi bond will always happen when side to side overlap will be there. Okay, now the rule is this is just the introduction of your sigma bond and pi bond. So always you have to remember this one, head to head and side to side. Okay, D orbital side to side, it is not there, only up to P only you have to learn. Okay, so the rule is, it said that in case of hybridization, always sigma bond you have to take. Pi bonds are excluded. Okay, how? Look at this, PCl5, here all are sigma bonds. See, 111 unpaired electron. This is like, now how to understand when sigma bond will form, when pi bond will form. Okay, so always remember, whenever the sigma bond, whenever the single bonds are there, they are all sigma bonds. This is sigma, this is sigma, this is sigma. Pi bond is present in case of double bonds. Pi bonds you will see in case of double bonds. Okay, double bonds. For example, here I am doing one molecule. I am taking one molecule, carbon dioxide. You know the molecular structure of carbon dioxide is like this. Okay, C double bond O one side and another side also C double bond O. Okay, now see, double bond is present here, double bond is present in both the sides. So out of this double bond, one will be sigma, means sigma has to be there present, and another will be pi. Similarly here, suppose this one is sigma bond, this is a pi bond, or you can write opposite also. Means whenever in your molecule multiple bonds are present, the one will be sigma. Sigma is always one between two atom connection, okay, and others will be pi. For example, other example, suppose I am taking nitrogen. Nitrogen is having 3 triple bond. So out of that, one will be sigma and 2 will be your pi bond, okay. Oxygen is also same. Oxygen is also same. Oxygen molecular structure is this one, so one will be sigma bond and one will be pi bond, okay. This is the formation of pi. So in your structure, if you see all are single bond, then we don't have to worry about anything, because the rule is same. Like we did PCl5, we did for water is also having single bond, means no multiple bond. PCl3 also we did, like all are single bonds. Then we did for SF6 also all are like single bonds, okay. So for single bond type of molecule, the rule is same, but what you have to do for multiple bond, we just have to exclude the number of pi bond electrons in the beginning only, and rest process is same, okay. So what I told, in the beginning only, after counting the electron pair, we have to subtract the number of electron pair participating in pi bond, and the rest of the process is same, okay. So let's do it, okay. So I am doing one. So I am doing the carbon dioxide only. So carbon dioxide, so who is the central atom here? The central atom here is the carbon. So carbon configuration is having 6. So last shell configuration is 2s2 and 2p2, okay. So we have to start, if you want to do shortcut, you can do by 2, 4, right. So 4 I am writing like this. So now I'll write the box form. So box form will be something like this, okay. So 2s2 means 2 electron, here will be 1 electron. So this is coming from your 2s2, this is coming from your 2p2. So this is in the ground state, okay. Now see the actual molecule having 2 oxygen, and we know oxygen valency is how much? Oxygen valency is actually 2, means oxygen have to form double bond, okay. Means if you have to see the oxygen structure also, oxygen needs each of the oxygen needs 2 electrons to fulfill the octet. I'm writing here oxygen this side, like one is like oxygen is having 2,8 is actually 2,6, so it's short of it is in short of 2 electrons, so it will combine with the carbon atom with double bond, okay. So that means how many bonds I need actually 4 bonds to make this molecule, okay. So whenever you will see that oxygen atom is participating as a minor atom, you have to understand that in your molecule pi bond is present, okay. This is the exceptional case only for oxygen. Whenever oxygen will act as a minor atom, not the central atom, you have to understand, or you have to see the structure, that means pi bond is present there, okay. Because oxygen is only one of the example will come in your exam where you will see that the pi bond formation is happening, okay. So what I'll do, I'll make the excited state. I need total actually 2 to the 4, because one oxygen will form 2 bonds, so 2 oxygen will form 4 bonds, okay. So I need 4 unpaired electrons. So what will happen, 1 electron will jump in the vacant p orbital. So the final formation of electrons are something like this, okay. So this is switch hybridization. So now what will first I will write the hybridization later on, I'm writing in this side. So this is your sp3 hybridization, because 1s and 3p orbital is participating. So the name of the hybridization is sp3 hybridization, okay. Now what will happen, now I'll write this separately, okay. Now see the as you already know that the formation is like this, CO2 like this, but suppose we don't know, okay. So one of the, suppose this two is forming 2 sigma bond with 2 oxygen atom each, okay. That means I'm saying the 2 sigma bond, suppose this is 1 sigma bond, this is 1 sigma bond, okay, sigma bond. Suppose these 2 electrons are participating in the covalent bond where head to head overlap is happening. Okay, so these two electrons are mutually shared with the other two electrons. Okay, where there will be head to head overlap and they will form sigma bond. Okay, and now suppose I am talking about this two electron where two pi bond with two oxygen atom each. Okay, so suppose I am taking the upper one. Okay, suppose I am taking the pi bonds. Okay, so pi bond means side to side overlap. Okay, so don't be confused that sigma bond and pi bond both are covalent bond. Okay, both are happening like mutual sharing. Sigma bond and covalent bond, sigma bond and pi bond both are covalent bonds, and both needs unpaired electron from both the atoms. Okay, so both are covalent bond. Their formation, their mutual sharing is same. Only the like names or identifications are changed. Okay, so earlier we did all sigma bond. Earlier in case of PCl3, PCl5, we did here all sigma bond. That's why we did not mention. But whenever it came the pi bond, we are mentioning it separately. Okay, nothing is abnormal. It is fine. Only we are going with the rule. Only no exception. Nothing. So these two are pi bond. Okay, so the name of the hybridization is normal, sp3, normal, everything is going normal. We just did the division, which is sigma, which is pi bond. Okay, we just mentioned which is sigma, which is pi bond. Okay, now we'll follow the rule that sigma pi bonds never ever come under hybridization. Okay, so the one more thing. So this is the this expected hybridization. So this will not going to happen. The name of the hybridization will be sp hybridization, because pi bonds we have to exclude. Pi bonds we have to exclude because again I am showing you the rule that I wrote, that in case of hybridization always sigma bond you have to take, pi bonds are excluded. So whatever the number of pi bonds containing orbitals are present, you have to exclude. So how many sigma bonds are there containing orbitals are present? One is coming from S, another is coming for P. So the name of the hybridization is sp hybridization. Pi bond I am not taking. Simply the means here is the twist. Okay, just you have to exclude the pi bond or containing orbitals. You have to mention first, you have to find out first, then you have to. So how to do? First you number the sigma bonds, how many sigma bonds are present, then you have whatever the unpaired electrons are present, that will go for pi bonds. Okay, then you will exclude. And if your molecule, if in your central atom any lone pair is present before the unpaired one, you can easily take this. Lone pair you can take in hybridization. Okay, but not the pi bond electrons. Okay, so what will be the structure? sp hybridization means linear structure, right? sp hybridization means your linear structure. So linear structure will something look like this. All will be in straight line. Okay, so this is the form. Okay, so now we'll do let's do some other. Let's do for then oxygen only. Oxygen is your like here two atoms, but same atoms. So how to find out the central atom? You can take only any one oxygen. Both the oxygen atoms are same. So one will be act as your central atom, one oxygen, and another oxygen will act as a minor atom. So I am taking any one oxygen. Okay, so oxygen outermost will be your 2p2 and 2p your 4. Okay, so I'm writing in the box form. In the box form it will be something like this. Okay, so it will be 2s2 and here it will be 2p4. Okay, so done. So this is coming from your 2s2, this is coming from your 2p4. Okay, next this will be your ground state. So I'm talking about excited state. Now excited state will happen or not. So I have done with one oxygen atom. I have to fill up another oxygen atom as a minor atom. So as one oxygen atom is a minor atom, that means that will form a pi bond. Okay, whenever oxygen will act as a minor atom, that will form a pi bond. Now see, so one pi bond, a sigma bond always will be there. So I am available. So one oxygen. So I am writing like this. Suppose oxygen and oxygen, they are combined. Okay, two oxygen. So out of that they will form double bond. Obviously they will form double bond because oxygen needs two electrons to share. So one will be sigma and one will be pi. So I need two unpaired electron in the central atom. So already I have two unpaired electrons. So I no need to excite. So I will just write the hybridization. So this out of this two electron, one, suppose this one will come for your sigma bond, and this one is coming for your pi bond. Okay, so how many is total coming in hybridization? I have to take from the first beginning. I have to take the lone pairs also. These are the lone pairs. I have to take the lone pairs also, and the sigma bond only up to this. Okay, up to this. Okay, so what is the name of the hybridization? The name of the hybridization is sp2. Okay, because 1s and 2p orbital. Lone pair you can take. Okay, sp2 hybridization. So sp2 hybridization, what is the like form? Okay, what the geometry is your trigonal planar. The geometry name is your trigonal planar. Okay, so how to draw this one? Okay, suppose I am taking one oxygen, the central oxygen in the middle. So trigonal trigonal planar frame is this one. First, draw the frame in very light shade with your pen or pencil, whatever. Then now see how many sigma bonds are there. Pi bond though will be with the sigma bond. Suppose I am taking this one as your sigma bond, and I will draw one pi bond, which I did not do. Pi bond you can draw in the picture, okay, but you will not count in the hybridization. So done. Okay, and rest of these two will be your lone pair. So lone pair. Okay, so see, or you can do first a sigma bond, then put the lone pair, and at last you can put the pi bonds with the sigma bond. So this is your frame of trigonal planar. Okay, fine. Let's do up to this one only. Then next day though we have a revision. Okay, then we'll start after that. Okay, I'll give you some homework to do after the exam.